Well, it's all about the name today. Yes, this is the 433 Scoot. Literally nothing on the Steam Workshop in terms of description, only a photo of basically this with some players at Lewandowski, Torres, Rafinha, so they're using Barcelona. But unfortunately, there's just nothing else. So really, this was only chosen by the name itself. So we'll get straight into it. Sweeper keeper in support, inverted wingback in attack on the left, in defend on the right, ball playing defender in cover next to a libero in support, deep lying playmaker in the DM spot in defend, Mazzala above them, an advanced player next to them, and then inside forward on the left, an inverted winger on the right, and an advanced forward in attack up front. Positive mentality, in possession attacking width is wide, approach plays pass to space. Now this time, we've had one where it's overlap on the left and right and focus play down the middle. This time it's underlap on the left and right and focus play down the wings. Passing directness much more direct. Tempo is slightly higher. Low crosses, shoot on sight. Not a piece of a tactic that I would generally use unless I'm facing a stronger opponent that I just can't seem to get in the box or around the box. I can't seem to get shots off, things like that. But creative freedom is be more disciplined. In transition, counter press, counter distribute quickly, and then take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, step up more, and stop crosses. How did it do for our three teams? We're going to start with Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League, and then we'll move on to Ipswich Town in the Championship. But Liverpool in fourth, 75 points, definitely below what they're usually getting in these tactic talks. Aston Villa in 13th, 44 points, far below what they generally get. However, they're getting Europa League next season, so they must have won the Conference League at least. Liverpool's schedule does see them drop out of the EFL Cup quarterfinals 0-0 on penalties against Manchester City. That one is hard, but it's Man City. What do you expect? Final of the FA Cup, though, 0-1 against Arsenal is where they lose, but they do get to a cup final, so that's pretty big right there. Unfortunately, Barcelona does see them out in the Europa League round of 16, drawing away from home at Camp Nou and then losing at Anfield. That hurts. 48 plus 5 appearances for Joe Gomez. Now that's something you don't see every day. Definitely an interesting one. Goals-wise, down dramatically from what we've seen before. Nunez with 17, Gakpo with 15, Konate with 11. Wow, Salah with only 9. Assists, 16 for Salah, Szoboszlai with 11, the only ones in double digits. And not a lot of players in the green. 7-2-4 for Alisson is fantastic. Kevin Keller even gets 7-2-4, but 7-0-8 for Szoboszlai. Overall, definitely a down season for Liverpool. Heading to Aston Villa, FA Cup third round, you're out 1-2 against Peterborough, so you're out immediately in the FA Cup. EFL semifinals is where you drop out against Manchester City. And just like I mentioned, Europa Conference League final, 5-0 drubbing over Besiktas. That is crazy. Only 2 issues the entire league run, but Fiorentina always comes up against Aston Villa. Lille, AEK doing very well. I am not expecting much from Aston Villa considering they got only, 44 points down in 13th place. But appearances, Martinez definitely getting a ton there. Goals-wise, 31 for Ollie Watkins. That's crazy. 12 for Diaby. Assists-wise, 11 for Diaby and 10 for McGinn. Average rating, 7-2-0 for Robin Olsen, and Martinez gets a 707. That's not too bad, but still, you really would hope for a lot better out of a squad like this. Did FM change its data hub and how it looks? I don't know what's going on with the defending here. You got some seriously strong shots per game for Liverpool in a team attacking, but overall, not much else. But it says that we're good in both defense and attack. I don't understand this one at all. But general performance is what we'll use. XGA and shots, like I said, not too bad. Everything else Premier League average or just above. And if we look at Aston Villa, I don't get it. Generally all right in defense, fairly poor in attack. That just looks awful. The only thing above Premier League average you get is shots per game, but the general performance is just not great. I'm going to assume Liverpool only in most of these, but most goals down in 4th, 71 there. Liverpool, Aston Villa get shots against, most possession nobody, dribbles nobody. Not too unexpected. Most shots for, you got some attacking bits there. And if we look at the player overviews, most goals all the way down, Ollie Watkins with 16. Most assists, Salah with 11. Player of the match awards, Alisson. And then, it just drops off, as you would expect. Joe Gomez, most tackles won. No offense to Joe Gomez, but how is he getting so much game time? I've got to assume that Van Dijk or someone just got injured. Heading down to the championship, I have to say this is probably the worst position that I've seen Ipswich Town doing all these tactics. Down in 22nd, relegated. I'm going to have to add something to my league table that I've got. I got to show it at some point. But Ipswich Town relegated for the first time, I think, that I've seen. 32 points, 8, 8, and 30. Holy crap. I mean, I'm going to show the entire table just to show you the amount of red here. They're out in the EFL Cup second round, and then FA Cup, they are out in the third round. But oh my God, look at all of that. I would have been fired like here. There is no question about that. Squad-wise, I'm not even sure if this is needed. If you got goals, 17 for George Hurst, and then down in the single digits for everyone else. Assist-wise, 10 for Broadhead, and that's it. Nobody in the green. That is insane. Nobody even in 6'9" or above. You know what? I'm skipping the entirety of the championship stats simply because the only time an Ipswich team or player showed up was Brandon Williams in most tackles. So the only time period. So overall, I've got to say this tactic just didn't work at all. Liverpool, I mean, still in fourth place, but they've got a really good squad. You'd expect them up there. If they got down below fifth or so, something happened with the tactic. But Ipswich Town relegated, Aston Villa in 13th place. It didn't work at all. I'm sorry to the tactic maker, but there are better tactics out there, 4-3-3. I'm assuming this was made strictly for the Barcelona team and for the team that he used, but it didn't work for other teams, especially in a sim where I'm not doing anything but basically going on vacation. So anyway, that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.